Ageno notieno mari dhi mbele yo makare janeno mar Lolwe TV kamoro mora maintiere aka uthulo nieri marwaki e chenro mar Duond mine kama kelo ni chenro nieri kaka pile nyinga Joyce Oduor. E studio mar otieno makawuono wan kod nyadendi e studio kata Mikai e studio damie thuolo mondo mi oful no nyinge gi kama wuoke gi tich motimo eka wadhi mbele kod twak machalo kama endi ka otieno makawuono thuon wach bende wadwa wuoye en Jiwo mine Matindo. Machiegni ahinya chenro mar Duond mine nyalo nyiso wa nyingi gi kama iwuoke.
Ni longa ni Matindo abed. Onyola Kisumo ka onyola kamoro miluongo ni Kaloleni. Malo machiegni kama ong'eyo no. Kanye monyole mama na nyaka babana. Na onyola babana gin warabu modak kanyo. King'eyo Feza Labed. Ni jomo hero football longe ni Feza Labed na mpira.
Yes.
Ne japuonj Muslim High School for more than 20 years Kaloleni kanyo. Mama na bendo nyol Kaloleni kanyo a family miluongo ni Kamze Ongonga. No ubedo nurse matin Arasha Hospital. But Nyasai no kawe when I was around 8-7 there. Long time ago, I think around 1992.
Ero kamano. Machiegni ahinya chenro mar Duond mine Mariam Atieno Abeidi. Mariam ingisa ni ngi foundation moro nyalo nyiso ni en foundation. Nying foundation iluongo nango to en foundation matimango. To yudore kanyo.
Foundation na iluongo ni Mariam Abeidi Foundation. En foundation ma protect young girls but sana teen mothers. Itino manyiri ma yudo ich kapod gitindo moko kapod ni school.
Yes.
But lately nyusha wa upgrade wakonyo nyaka joma nyalo bedo ni nigi cancer sana joma mine manigi cancer mathuno kata mar od nyuol.
Ero kamano iwacho ni foundation ni o support mine matindo, young mothers kata teen mothers. Ang'o miyo ni chako foundation machalo kama ni any inspiration mane mani bedo godo mondo mi ichak foundation marito kata protect mine matindo?
Foundation no bedo inspired by my own story. Ingeyo ni kaka wacho ni growing up I lost my mother when I was around age 7 there.
Yes.
Long time ago. And Kaloleni has improved. But during our time, it was a very rough neighborhood where there was a lot of crime, rape, drugs, all sorts of things you find in a slum. And growing up there as a young girl without a mother, in the care of my grandmother who was in her 70s, 80s, was not easy. So I made a lot of mistakes as a young girl. I was a teenage mother, around 15, 16, and it was not easy. So when God, or rather, I felt like God gave me a second chance from that mistake. But now looking back, I wouldn't call it a mistake. I would just call it one of those things that come to help shape your life and add value to your life so that you can also be of assistance to other people. Because teenage pregnancy is not just an African problem. It's a global issue. You go to the US, one of the social problems there is teenage pregnancy. You go to Europe, it's the same thing. The only difference is the way the West is taking care of it compared with the African setting. So my own story of struggling as a 16, 15-year-old mother is what inspired the foundation. Because when you're 15 with a child, yes, you're now a mother, but are you really a mother? Or you are just a child with a child? In fact, so I made a lot of mistakes trying to find myself or trying to come out of being a teenage mother, dropout, high school dropout. So struggles mana bedogo. Emane omia wacho ni toka ane machandora kama. So anyone increase in teenage pregnancies. Who is there? I didn't have anybody to hold my hand and show me me doggy school. Me team something gingi money. Then I said because I found out in the middle of my struggles that yes, there's life after you fall, you can stand up and pick yourself up. I said I want to be the hand to pick up girls who remind me of my young self, to tell them that if you do accident ajali kaka walu wengine ajali school, what matters the most is what you do in that moment. You either decide that yes, this is an accident and I can come out of it by first of all making sure you dog school. You take school, you take something with your life. Moloni, in most cases, kaka joma woke underprivileged families can during my time. You don't need, you don't get the kind of corridor no me katajedu morokawi. Samoro bende koro jiwachoni you've lost your chance of going to school. So the little resources that are now being channeled to other family members. Kechikore wachoni ni ketho. Koro gik machal kamago. Emano inspire.
Emano mijingo mar
awachoni wachak foundation ni so that I can shed a light. Nikech ka ikawo nyathi matin manyako monyuol tikawe miye ng'ato no kende kata chune ni koro dhi odag gi ng'amo miye ichno. At 16, what do you know about marriage? Kata ng'amo kende ng'ama samoro ng'amo kende ng'ama ni nyuol gono bende nyathi wadu. Koro yudo ka ute it just becomes a plethora or rather chain of bad mistakes. Kaunga to koma kobadi. And some of those bad mistakes you don't need itaki nyuol kendo. And you find yourself you're 20. Sometimes with 2 kids. You don't have proper education, you don't have any job skills, nobody wants to employ you. Samoro ngamanjo manomi jego katanga manomi jego bende has run away, and you carry the burden, the shame, the stigma that comes with being a teenage mother in society. Meaning everybody wants to be holier than thou. So gik machal kamago emomiyo na feel ni nyaka wabed gi foundation machal kama.
To koro foundation ni chake e higa mane to nyaka sani nyalo wacho ni en gi higni adi kamae?
Officially en gi around 4 years. And when I say officially yani team ma wabed makoro wa register makoro bed something that is nationally recognized. The way it was recognized even in last year November by Mama Ida Odinga's Trust Fund. Bende ngi foundation modwa chalgi marone milongo ni Linda Kesho. So when she heard about Maroni, she was very inspired and said, oh, this is a very good thing, I want to work with you. So she sent her team last year in November, mane teenage pregnancy. There was an increase, nikech lockdown. And she sent her team down. We mentored the girls, we counseled them, we identify moko bende ma story gine chalge mara. Wamako badigi, wari to mana ni mondo life odwog to normal, mondo giyud scholarship gi this school.
So fa inyalo wacho ni use konyo nyithindo manyiri maromadi nyaka nuchake wacho ni sani un gi higni 4.
Wan gi higni 4 officially. But foundation anyalo wacho ni anyalo wacho ni gi paro na kata gi time ma outside maonge kata koro en sani ni. Ten gima no chakre 2001. Mana kaka nyisi ni no bedo inspired by my
own story.
My story. We call it the old mess. Mara. Wana ineno ka ng'ato chal kodi onyuolo onge kamodhie samoro dhi dak e od ng'ato kuobe ok dware. Koro en gima it has been there for 2001. Then koro 4 years ago mane wa decide ni I could do it myself because I'm also just a struggling Kenyan, like most Kenyans, economically speaking. Koro I decided maybe if we make it official, we can be able to attract attention magjoma dwaga joma kony. Nikech sani society will be infiltrated gi briefcase NGOs. Where you even go to UK for a seminar and you hear they're doing a lot for teenage girls in your country. But you come back to the community. But you cannot identify katangata chiero. Ma organization madongo go wacho ni konyo. But mumbe no decide ni wa lock your bed official mondo o challenge other NGOs to really do what they are supposed to do.
Ero kamano. Adwa ni wakao yoyo matin ka ito kuwa duogo, adwa ni nyiswa ni eseche mapende ikao nyithindo gi kata young mothers igologi kanye to ere kaka i identify gi to en kony kaka mane ma imiyo gi. Mane paro madwa ni duog nwagodo kwa woge yoyo matin. Janino ma Lolwe TV wabiro kao yoyo matin ka ito biro duoge telo mar ariyo mar chenro nieri mar duond mine. Aka studio mar otieno makawuono wan koda Mikai Miriam Atieno Abedi mabende en CEO kata en founder mar foundation noiro mar Miriam Abedi Foundation mabende owuok oko yanga mar konyo jogo ma nyiri matindo mabende nochwanyore kapo nitiere skul miluongo gi dongere ni teen mothers, ka bende ojiwo kata owacho ni chwanyruok oken giko mar piny. Ng'ato nyalo bedo ni nochwanyore kata nomako ich ka seche mabende notin, to owacho ni mano eri oken giko mar ngima, kaluwore ni ng'ano koyudo ng'ato manyalo mako bade yo makare, to en bende onyalo chung' malo ba olos ngimane mambele obed maber, kik idhi mabor. Machiegni kendo e tielo mar ariyo mar chenro nieri mar duond mine, kama kelo ni chenro nieri nyinga Jiwo. E studio mar otieno ma kawuono wan kod Mikai Miriam Atieno Abeidi, ma bende en CEO mar Miriam Abeidi Foundation, makonyo nyithindo manyiri matindo ma bende nigi nomako ichon mag sani nigi nyithindo. Akawa dhi mbele kod twak machalo kama indi Miriam, inyalo nyiswa ni nyithindo manyiri ma bende foundation mari support jogo eko manoyudo ich kata nigi nyithindo, iluongo ni teen mothers kata mine matindo. Ere kaka iyudo gi, to gin kony kaka mage ma imiyo nyithindo matindo gi eki?
Why you do gi mane neighborhood? Kaka for example, kana chako initially situation teenage pregnancy was a very big issue within Kaloleni Sharumoy ward. Because Kaloleni Sharumoy ward one gi places kaka Manyata, Kamonyola milongo ni Kaloleni.
Yes.
Kata outside the ward one gi konde moko milongo ni Nyalenda, one go Bonga. Tingeni gik moko machalo teenage pregnancies, they are rampant, where kama jok mapod kobedo gi yudo maber nitiere, joma dongere wacho ni underprivileged families. Koro wayudo gi yudo Kaloleni, but tinde nikech nitie gimiluongo ni social media.
Yes.
We have a lot of we are available on social media a lot. We have a lot of what should I call it? Our presence in social media. So you find people, they're reaching out to you every now and then. Like last year, Kane watch COVID ochako. We had a very sad case that sometimes make me want to cry. One case mar somebody no bira inbox mara. Dalogo no dokan watim a lot of sensitization.
Yes.
To pimo nani en no nyuole school. No nyuole school. To jod koduoke school nikech koro wach ni no ketho chances mage. Then nyathi manyako ma jigna 17 nyuol ko ja form 1.
Yeah.
Koro no dhi odak gi ng'ato madichuo, odak godo ni koro no kawe. Koro kaka no odak, ing'eni joma chuo heri sama seri.
Yes.
So ka siso mar gimanyien oserumo, koro wacho ni the true colors come out.
Exactly.
So she was really going through a lot. If you go to our website, some pictures are there. And odhi odak gi bwana no chako nyuolo nyathi moro. Ewi mane bwana ni okawego. Koro maisha ok yot. Koro nyathine manobiro gocha. Bwana ni koro kudwa.
To mano be nyathi bwana ni.
Koro bwana ni bendo chako miye ich moro. Koro bedo gi nyithinda di.
Ariyo.
Koro gi lockdown, yuto bende koro dok piny. Koro dichuo gere. Koro en goch masa moro nyathine no dichuo koro kudwa kata neno. Koro no obiro mo reach out for us, to us. And she said ni okange gima nyalo timo gi maisha na. But aneno ka you talk about your testimony and you say the way your situation also just looks like mine. Erika kadi konya. But what we first did, I reached out to her romo kode, obed pain, we cancelled her. Because however much we want to pretend these things don't affect people. Even having a child at 16 can traumatize you. Because you don't know what to do with it. And then the shaming that comes with it, even from the closest people to you, bende ok yot. Koro yudo ka samoro depression nitie jomoko ka otol dere, ng'ati yudo ka kata mana nyithindo go ka koro tamo wang'e. Wang'o nyithindo mothomo bende timre nade. Koro gima wakuongo watimo ga cases machal kamago, watimo ne ng'ato counseling. And usually watimo counseling, I share with them my personal stories. I show them that not too long ago I was just like you. I'm not saying nyan kama duwa bete. But compared to where I was some years ago, I feel I'm doing better.
Yes.
Koro I used to give the most important thing, which is standing in your own 2 feet. Because we feel ni kinyuol, kikirik ni githi katedo. Especially kinyuol ka ionge any job skill, ionge any good education, you don't have anything to your name.
Yeah.
Because for you to add value to katanya thimi kelinge mano, you must have something.
Kaki
nyalo rite. Koro why encourage gigani? Dwara kaki nyalo yudo kama nyathi donge, which I think came at. Came at sani of ilongo ni child kamiwe nyathi. Jerusalem ariyo kende godhiambo. Koro wamanyo ni giga kaka ginyalo yudo school fee. Kwa setimo ne counseling. Me prepare ngato. Me say this is not going to be easy.
Yes.
You are going to be shamed. I was shamed, and I've been shamed several times, where people even tout you for going back to school and you're already a mother.
Yes.
The reason you're going to be shamed, people are going to look down on you. Every little mistake you make will be magnified and will be brokate giwashimani ni nyuol. You are a bad person, you are a teenage mother. But the most important thing, kwamba kurikete iti and focus in your future. And when you focus in your future, make sure you are doing it for not only yourself, but you're doing it so that this child can have a better life tomorrow.
Yes.
So that even kanga tokawi, to idoka you are a woman who can add value to her marriage, not just bring the kids or just bring the kid, but you can also bring something to the table.
Yes.
Koro how you maber. Most of them are very receptive to that advice. Yudo kako nyalo nyalo we nyathi. Ti yudo kudok school maber mosomo. Ma katamana last year no, wan gi nyathi moro bende mopogre mawacho nini. Nyathi Arena Manyata. Okabi wacho nyinge kamera. But Jomani Foundation only our pictures are there. Obende no nyuol. And she used to cry a lot. In fact, she was on the verge of committing suicide. Trying to know what did because of the shaming from the family members. I think she was coming from a very conservative Christian background, where I knew a school is get out the image of the family. So we talked to her. Sani en kijabe, wenyathi mama neno yedo godo. En kijabe otimo nasi.
Yes.
And those are some of the success stories ma wan godo. And I hope that answers the question.
Yes, it answers the question. Nitere gimoro ka na isiki wacho ni shaming. Ni mine matindo gi kibedo shaming. Iparo ni society kata jogo ma jonyuolo nego bed ni timo mondo shaming makama ndio room mondo ngato kata konyuolo nge maber ni yes akier but ngimana mbele onego bed na ngiyo kaka odhi mbele. Ere kaka inyalo tiek shaming mar teenage mothers gi kata jogo ma onyuol kapod tindo? Shaming gi tieko nyuol ma nyithindo ma school are two different things. Yes.
But kadwoko gi separately. Shaming and manani, unfortunately, we live in a society where we love to judge other people because they have sinned differently from us. I personally believe nobody is perfect. Not to say that is an excuse. School. But we all make mistakes. We make mistakes all the time. And instead of shaming nyithindo gide, why are we not asking where are the men that are creating this problem that has become teenage pregnancies? Because kataki in any media, like there was a times back, I don't know, it was early this year or late last year, where the media did a resurvey. Thousands of school-going girls under the ages of 20 got pregnant during the lockdowns. You see, when they're talking about it, they talk about it in a way, yes, they highlight the problem, but they also demean the girls. But nobody's asking, A woman cannot fall pregnant without a man getting involved.
Exactly.
If we put two women together, we don't moko biro nikia lesbians. Two lesbians cannot make a child if a man is not involved.
Yeah.
Koro anaikuwa mana joma timo shaming. Shaming onge gima bro konyo wa as a society. But bro mana medo kelo wichkuot. To sami shame nyathima nyako konyuol. To dwano ringo we odhi okende mondo otiek the shame. Samo ringo odhi okende at 16, at 17. Onge any social skills, life skills, mugima nyalo timo manyalo konye. Pascha ha she has dropped out of school. And that trauma of being a mother at a young age, okia bedo mama nikech pod en nyathi. Chances are ni kata mana marriage moringo dhiye mondo pond to gengo the shame no. It's not going to last.
Yes.
Then when that marriage don't last, she stays in that marriage 2 years, she has another child. By the time she's 20, sometimes in kata get 3 kids. You now have 3 kids. Mabende inyalo no 3 kids go kendo kama no dio opondecha kanyo bedo ke 3 kendo chako dhika moro ochako duogo back to the family. Joma nigi minegi they come back to the mother. Koro doko duogo dak e odgi gi nyithindo adek ma wuonegi bende gin wuone adek. That in itself is not easy. So if we stop the shaming and say ni nyathina manyako ni nyoga moich osetimre ere kaka damu wa gang mondo walifte wadwoke school osomo wayuaite wanyise ni gino setemre gini kikitimre kendo mondo wadwogo molde mana kaka nyithindo weteni mondo doge class osomo mondo kinyo yud gimoro tim makata ka koro romo dhikatedo to ngama dwa kende bende mor kode makata koro en gi wuode moro makolwete obiro go to wacho ni jaudani biro gi nyathi lakini en nas. Kino yude salary moro matin makata ka chulo rent tronyalo nyewa lot. But the shaming is not doing that. The shaming is putting pressure where families are hiding under the table. They don't want people to know. So by goro githiro nyithindo. Jomo telo moko bende dere. But that is not helping. But ka duoko penjo ni mar ariyo mar ere kaka wanyalo reduce teenage pregnancies. Wanyalo reduce teenage pregnancies by first of all accepting that it is slowly but surely becoming a societal norm, which it should not be. Second, let us hold also men responsible. Nikech kaka ng'eny nyithindo madhi school kata nyoro nyaneno ka japuonj moro school moro nyanene news koyud gi nyathi manyako ma ja form 3. We kawanoni nyithindo gi joma miyo gi itgi how can they be punished or how can they be made liable so that they stop? Nikech however much moko bende nitie mama ko ichi gimbesegi ng'eny nyithindo manyiri mama ko ichi school imiyo ichi joma dongo negi. Some of them they are teachers, they are uncles, their father's friends, you know, jok machiegni kodgi but jok madongo. Koro unless we start by addressing jok matimo gigi eki and they are brought to book without just shaming the girl, this thing will not stop. Because we are living in tough times, economically speaking, where there are people who came from where I came from, where even a sanitary towel was a luxury. Te doko dio yudo tinda winjuka giluongo gini sponsor. Although yudo sponsor nyone nyaka iPhone that she cannot afford. As a parent, be your friend, be your child's friend, and tell your child that it is okay to lack. Today, mondo giwe bedo swayed by jok mamiyo gi ijegi to ringo. Koro in other words, let us be close to our children. I'm also a mother. I'm nyathi manyako. She's a teenager now. And I live in constant fear because the last time I attended a seminar moroma nobel organized by an American organization called Parenthood. They talked about statistics that showed me for every 5 kids, especially female kids born from teenage pregnancies, 4 of them are also likely to become teenage mothers. And the circle continues and continues. So even as a mother who was also a teenage mother, and now a mother of a teenager, I live in constant fear ni okadwa ni circle ni udhimbele. A life a kuomaka. Koro I try to be friends with my child. I try to make sure ni at all time angeni en kanye. I try to make sure ni the little thing manyalo dwaro okawe obed swayed by peer pressure. Okay, oh mama neno usiepa moro gi iPhone abenda dwaro, when I know even myself I can't afford an iPhone for myself. And I find a way to talk to her and give her what is there. Bedo kode machiegni. And also parenting the old school way. Yani sani wa social media, programs that wawe nyithindo thuolo, the .com children, bende o compound the problem. Where idak gi nyathi ot to simni oromo gi jomoko internet ma inoneno mana picha. Kile nunga kama nyathi osevuok modhi mato seme chugo nindo ka inikia. Koro let us be close to our children, and most importantly, let us try and go back to doing things the African way. Because if you look back to during our great grandmother's times, teenage pregnancies was not a problem. It was unheard of. Mabende, you could walk a long time, miles in the village. What were they doing then that we are not doing now? So we can look at it from such angles instead of shaming, or rather making it a stigma. Let us look at how we can stop it, and let us also make sure any men are not left. I don't have anything against men. I like men. I like men because some of them are my children, my sons, my brothers, my fathers, my uncles, But they must also be made to take responsibility. Even as I speak to you, we are working on a program under Mariam Abedi Foundation to find how we can make men liable for these pregnancies. But in most cases, you look at your you see, like, okay, of the cases I know kata no roll the kweli. But most of the time in a case where it's a teacher, a child will be beaten and given and say me and teacher so and so. The teacher will refuse. Where the situation is watching manyako against what teacher. Sometimes you find the parent the point will use the money to get, because there is no evidence, get released for the law case marriage kamano to time there. But we are currently working with some organization from the West to see if they can fund us when you allow you access to DNA tests. DNA tests get tests ma kanga manyako onyol to won nyathi dwa tamre ni ma ok nyathine to waluonge to swipe. Then we know indeed this is your child, and we plan Nico walking in Nyathini. We want this man to be liable, regardless of the fact of who you are in the society. You can be the president, you can be minister, which one? But kawa timo ni DNA test. Mama you don't need me Nyathima nyakoma this school age. Nyakibed reliable. First, financially. Second, we want laws there that can punish such people. Mondo joma chuo luor nyithindo matindo manyiri mani school. Eka watch marmako ichinyalo dok chien.
Aneno ka samaro dhi rumo. Inisa ka ne wane yueyo ni idwaro bedo nitiere kom moro ma idwa laro 2020. Tinyalo nyiso matin ewiye eka wachope giko mar twakwa ma odiochieng' ma kawuono.
Wan kaka ing'eyo ni wadhi e yiero 2022. Kaloleni Sharumoyo ward kanye monyola to achunya gombo kaka jadak ma Kaloleni Sharumoyo ni mondo wang'ni abeda chung abede MCA ma Kaloleni Sharumoyo. To mana kaka wacho ni initially ni I feel most of the things I do in life are inspired by my own life story, which also mirrors on so many people who came from nothing. So I feel the kind of devolution, I feel within some parts of the country, and one of those parts of the country of the town is Kaka Kaloleni. We are yet to really enjoy the benefits of devolution. Devolution no kelo noa gimoro mawachoni sirikal mashinani, where the office of the MCA should be the bridge between the people and the county government. And not to fault the incumbent. The incumbent is a very nice lady. She has inspired so many young women to want to be politicians, including myself. But I feel ni problems mawange society sani. If we take advantage of devolution, masani kelo no nyaka bursaries office of the MCA, and we give, for example, bursaries to needy kids. Nyathimoro mani child coda, man in 16 with a child, without a mother. and being raised under an old lady who did not have the resources to give her a second chance. If I'm in that office, I can make sure any bursaries go to such people. Nikesami konyo ngama needy. You lift the society economically and socially speaking, because then they don't become a burden to the society. Then they become an asset to the society. And other than that, wadwaro ni mondo jopiny obed gi duol e sirikal. Awinjo ka jomoko bende luongo ni kia bottom approach, kia nango, but anadwaro awacho ni leadership, the voice of the people. Leadership with the aim, maruni, give people the voice. And when I say give people the voice, waseneno kaka governor wa Mohero, Professor Peter Nyang'onyotiyo. But manaka kinena wacho ni office MCA should be the bridge between the people and the county government. Currently jimoko nitie mose mukgigi mosedere. Jomoko nitie mosedere.
Miriam, adonga di matentie morabo luongi kendo etwak machielo. Wabiro wuoye gombo ni maintiere godogo mar bedo MCA la kawuono, yeno mondo watiek twak ma kawuono nikech anno ka samarwa oserumo. Ajani no Lolwe TV do agomba inya dhi mbele ko twak machalo kama indi, lakini nyisa ni samarwa mano miwa oserumo. Gikanye mochopo godo e giko mar chenro mar duond mine mabende ne waiko ni Lolwe TV otieno makawuono, ka bende ne wan koda Mikai Miriam Atieno Abedi mabende en CEO mar Miriam Abedi Foundation makonyo nyithindo manyiri matindo manochwanyore kapod nitiere school. Ka bende Miriam ngisi kanyo ni en gi gombo mar bedo MCA mar Kaloleni Shauri Moyo ward yiero mar 2022. Nyakendo warume chenro machielo odiochieng' tich adek mabiro oriti masani. Nyinga Joyce Oduor.